this door and see razor bark. That's a big guy. Another strength. Wow, if I enter there, I have to exile a heroic and strength die. Oof. And I'm going to have to exile 2 dice anyway because I'm not going to make it through this whole thing before I would have to explore. Don't think I want to go after the razorback. We will back out of there and flee. Spend 2. And we'll go into the vine trap so we can go for that agility. We can choose either one. I'm going to choose breakthrough. I do want to waste some time, so we'll use our heroic feat. Spend 3 to give me 2 strength to roll, a 5 and a 2. My 5 strength and 1 encounter bonus. That's going to land on a 6. So again, 3 6s, a 4, a 2, and a 5 on the encounter. Don't believe we'll have any issues here. A 4, and we'll just place the 5 here. We can't place this on here, so we'll place it there. 11 will take care of that 10. This 6 will cover smolder. Again, no problems at all for the druid. We'll take this as an item, which will be my 5th item. Give me another agility. Spend 2. I don't think I can use these up by going here, but I could gain the swiftness aura because I have room for 4 skills now and I only have 3, and that would give me another agility to deal with any combat that I have, which means maybe I could go here and then head here. Have to exile 2 dice either way. Alright, let's go to the rune circle and remove a crystal. Let's waste some time. Spend 3 on my transformation to gain my 2 strength, a 5 and a 2. Barring a ridiculously devastating roll, I don't think I have anything to worry about here. 3, 6, 2, 2, 5, and then a 3. Let's deal with our armor boxes. We have a 3. We'll use that 5 for there. Cover up that smolder. 6 and 3 for 9. No problem. Before I get my reward, I just looked over and I went back through the footage and I realized at the beginning of this floor when I explored, I did not exile 2 dice. And for these past couple of encounters, I've used all of the dice in my strength pool. So if I would have exiled any of those, I would not have been able to do that. So to keep things fair, I'll go ahead and fix my mistake and I'll exile 1 magic and 1 agility for what I missed at the beginning of this floor. I'll choose to take the swiftness aura as my 4th skill. I'll spend my 2. I can either go in there and I would lose a heroic die and a strength die, or explore and do the same thing. So either way, I'm going to lose something. The razor bark, I could use that ability to flame walk, spend 6 magic, gain 5 strength, 6 agility, and 4 magic. Taking the strength and health won't help me very much because I'm not going to have enough strength dice because of things that have been exiled. So let's go for, I think we'll go for flame walk. So we will enter, losing another heroic die and a strength die. And the pools are thinning out quite a bit. We have 3 heroic die, 5 agility, 6 strength, and 6 magic remaining in our dice pools. We need a lot of magic here. We also need a lot of agility, which is what we have the least amount of. So I'll spend 3. We're hoping to at least spend 1 more somewhere along the way to gain the 2 agility. A 6 and a 2, not bad. we have our 5 strength, 3 agility, 4 magic, and our encounter die. Go after this razor bark. 4 strength, we have 2, 2, 4, 6, and 5 magic, 3 6s and a 2, agility 4, 4, 5, and the encounter die is a 4. Those are a lot of really high numbers. Use our aggression to roll a heroic die, gain another 5. Let's start putting some stuff on here and see what we're going to be left with needing. We don't want to take any wounds or poison here. So we need 11 here. But thanks to aggression, all large boxes are reduced by 1. So we need 10 here and 14 there. We'll take our 6 and 4 here. That'll equal 10. That'll take care of that. We need 15 up here. I'm sorry, 14. Let's finish out over here though. We have a 6. That'll take care of that. A 2 here. I'm going to leave that 4 uncovered so we can get rid of this last card and not have to explore before going to the boss. 6 and 6 is 12 plus 2 is 14. That's enough for that reduced big box to be covered up. This 4 and 5. We'll take care of the 2 4s here at the top. And then we have a 5 in agility. That'll take care of that first 5. And then we'll have Lilia, our bird companion, swap the 6 and this 2 around. Add those back into our pool. Take the 6. Place it on that last box there. Take our consequences, which is 1 time, and defeat the razorbark. We have 5 items and 4 skills, which is what we're allowed to have. We can still have that 1 extra. I'm trying to decide if I want to go with Flame Walk or if I want to go with the extra health here. I'm going to go with the Flame Walk and take it as a skill. We are maxed out with 5 items and 5 skills. We're at the stairs. We're going to descend to the boss. Here we are with the fire giant. And we amazingly made it through the entire game without gaining 1 poison. That is crazy. Some of the other bosses make that a lot more difficult. And you get poison coming at you left and right, but not in the fire giant's domain. To take the fire giant out, we need to do 8 damage to it. We have 5 skulls available, so it's going to take at least 2 turns. Hopefully no more than 2. If for any reason we need to spend time during the boss fight, we would have to exile a die instead. So let's do this. First up, we have to resist poison. Again, amazingly, no poison on us, so we don't have to do that. Now we would roll our dice, but with the fire giant, you roll dice for only half, rounded up, of each type of stat icon. For example, our strength is 5, half would be 2.5, rounded up to 3. Agility, 3, 1.5, rounded up to 2. And magic, 4, will give us 2. And we get our encounter bonus die. That one we don't have to cut in half and round up because that's for stats only. So we're starting off with a limited amount of dice to roll, but we have a lot of abilities. Hopefully we can do enough damage here. Those are not good numbers. 1, 1 in agility, 5, 5, 1 in strength, 5, 1 in magic, and an encounter die of 3. That's a lot of 1s. We'll use our aggression to roll a heroic die. Gain a 3. We only have 1 heroic die remaining in the pool. We can reduce each large box by 1, so all of those large 13s are now 12s. There are no armor boxes. We can re-roll 2 dice with our aggression, but let's gain some things first. I will activate the Swiftness Aura to gain an agility of 3. Let's place this 5 of magic on that double wound on us so we don't take too many. We want to do at least 4 damage to the fire giant here. Will we be able to do that though? This was a bad roll. We don't want to take 4 wounds, so we want to cover that up too. This is not looking good. I don't want to devastate because then I would spend time, which means I'd have to exile a die. I could flame walk. Let's re-roll 2 dice first. Let's re-roll this 1. Hopefully we can get better than that. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a 5 or a 6. And I don't know if we're going to gain enough to cover up that 13. So let's re-roll. Yeah, let's try it anyway. Let's re-roll those 2. 2 and a 4. Not great, but better. We want to keep ourselves from taking a bunch of wounds in case we don't do much this round. So 5, 10, 11, and I'll use my aggression to gain a strength of 2. We only need 12, so we'll put that 1 back in. We have 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Okay, we could cover up that agility box and do a wound to him, but man, I really want to cover that up. We'll use the Charmed Panther and choose an agility of 4 to gain. We can spend this agility on Exploit Weakness to gain a 4 heroic die. We could spend 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now that's more than enough. So we'll cover that up. We will spend 4, 5, 6 on Flame Walk, which will gain us a strength of 5, an agility of 6, and a magic of 4. We can use Lilia, our bird companion, to swap. Do I want to swap? Yes, I'll swap those 2. The 6 and the 4. Now, do I want to place the 6 to do more damage to the boss, or just 1 damage? I think I'm not worried about my health yet. I'm going to do 2 damage to the boss. Is there any way I can cover up that 5 or that 13, or 12 that is? We have 5, 6, 9. I could use my ability to gain a strength of 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could use a potion to increase dice. I'll do that. I'll spend a potion to perform aid, which I can take a wound off because I used a potion. Increase this to a 6, and we'll just take this up to a 3 if I could find it. There. That'll give us 9, 10, 11, 12. Then I'll cover that. And I don't think there's anything I can do to cover that 5. So we'll suffer consequences of 1 wound. And we can strike the boss. So we covered everything except that 1 box. So we have 4 wounds to the boss. That was a pretty good round. Had to use up all my powers and brain power there to try and figure out a way to do 4 damage. But we're halfway through the boss. I don't have to resist poison. We're ready to go for another round here. Hopefully we can do our 4 damage and take this fire giant out. That doesn't look great. 2, 2, 3 in strength, 2, 3 in agility, 1, 4 in magic. We did get a 6 though. Priority needs to be damage to the boss. I only have 1 wound. And I have 8 health, so I can take... Well, 7 more wounds would kill me, but I can take 6. So if I have to choose between covering this 13 or that one, I'll take that one if it doesn't kill me. We'll roll our die for aggression. Gain a 3. Use our swiftness aura to gain an agility of 3. Add that into our dice pool. Let's see where we're at right now. I want to do 4 damage and take this fire giant out. This 6 will definitely go right there if it doesn't kill me. by placing it there. I can re-roll 2 dice still. I can increase dice with my aid, so I could turn this into a 5 and place it there. I'll use my aggression to re-roll 2 dice. I'm going to re-roll those 2 strength 2s, and hopefully don't roll any 1s. Well, I rolled a 1, but a 6 will really help. So we're getting there. So we have 6 and 3 for 9, and 1 for 10. I only need a 12 because I can reduce my large boxes by 1. So I'll use my aggression to give me a 2 in strength. Maybe move some of that out of the way. Put all of that in this bottom box. That way it'll wound him. Right now he would do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to me. So we gotta reduce that down. We can get the 12 for there. So we have 6, 7, 8. We will use our Charmed Panther to gain an agility of 4. That'll give us 7, 10, 12. And we need to find a way, I think that's it. 2, 3, that's 4 damage. But we're taking 4, 5, 6, 7. That would kill us. So we need to find a way to fix that. We will spend a potion, use aid. Using a potion means I can remove a wound. Increase this 4 to a 5. Increase this 3 to a 4 just because why not? Place this 5 up here. And that means I'm only taking 5 wounds. And I can just stop there. Not use any more powers. Take the consequences, which would be 5 wounds to me. The fire giant hit the druid with its final swing, causing her a serious wound. If you look under here, that's 1 wound to the boss, 2, 3, 4. On top of the 4 damage the giant already has. 4 more will equal 8, and the druid has slain the giant. I think I may have made my druid a little too strong. That was the easiest playthrough I've had so far. That was the first time that I've never gained poison, but there's not a lot of poison in the fire giant's realm. You encounter a lot more poison in the realm of venom and in the vile roots, but poison was not even a factor here. So let me at least demonstrate real quick. So, for example, if I had 2 poison tokens placed on me and I went and did an explore action, I would have to roll a die, and it has to be higher than the poison tokens. So if I roll any die, gain a 3, 3 is higher than the 2 tokens, I'm good to go. I would remove 1 poison token for my success. Or if I were to roll and the roll would come up equal to or less than the number of poison tokens, you would still remove 1, but you would add 2 wounds. I didn't have to deal with that for this playthrough. My druid managed everything very, very well. And I got a really nice selection of powers here that helped me immensely throughout the game. My goal is always to try and get my encounter bonus die before I leave the first floor. I didn't do it this time, but I was also flying through the dungeon trying to avoid having dice exiled. My thoughts on the game, they're not much different from the thoughts I had on One Deck Dungeon. The rulebook is still easy to follow. I do like the added twist with the poison, even though you didn't see it really come into play here. I do like the exiling of dice. And just let me find one. I really like the choice you have to make. If you want the item or you want the skill, you have to do that particular action instead of just picking whatever is strongest for you and then getting your choice of loot. With this Kickstarter, I decided to purchase the playmat. I'm really getting into using playmats in my games, and I enjoy the experience of having the playmat for the particular game. So I have quite a collection of playmats for my games now. I get them whenever I can afford it. and whenever they're available. A lot of games don't have them. But when I'm able to get it, I do, and I really like the way this organizes the play area. Great. You have the room for the second player here if you're doing a 2-player game. I just put my dice tray there for this solo single-player playthrough that I did. The game is fun. I enjoyed all the games that I had to play, and if we look at my card here, I've had several playthroughs to build her up to this level, and I was able to beat all the bosses. Now I can mark off that giant and gain some more hard spots because I'm trying to fill in this savvy area also. I've done pretty much all I can with the druid at this point, except going to the Phoenix's Den to take the Phoenix out. Then she'll have defeated all the bosses. But we have the Hunter, the Alchemist, the Warden, the Slayer, and Kaliana. So we have another 5 characters to go through the game with, so I have tons of replayability and playthroughs to go. The components are almost identical, except when I did the Kickstarter this time, I opted for the plastic cards. So, of course, they're going to hold up and be much more durable. I did remember that there were some people saying that they had problems with their cards. Something with the way they were put in the box and they were still wet and the color was coming off, or something along those lines. It was a long time ago. I didn't have any of those issues. I also got the plastic upgrade kit for my 1-deck dungeon set, so now I have plastic cards for that too. And I like these a lot. I'm not a card sleever, but as much as I'm playing this game, I'm glad these are plastic because they're holding up nicely to the wear and tear. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough of 1-Deck Dungeon Forest of Shadows. I apologize for the long delay before getting this series out. I did hurt my thumb. I had a run-in with a mandolin slicer in the kitchen and took a nice little chunk off the top of my thumb. So it took some time to heal that up. Had a brace on it, so it was hard to shuffle cards and manipulate things on camera, so I didn't want to fumble through it. And then just about a week ago, my washing machine decided to spring a leak when we weren't home. It ran for 8 hours and got under my wood floor. If you are on the community part of my channel, you saw the picture in my bedroom of the wood floor torn up. So I've been working on that too. So life has gotten in the way recently, but I'm glad to get back to filming and putting out content for all of you to watch. And hopefully things will slow down and not all these curveballs will be thrown at me, and I can get back to putting out content on a much more frequent basis. Thank you so much for all the kind comments, all the emails. Make sure you get those thumbs up and like these videos to get them up in the rankings. That really helps the channel out. Make sure you click that little bell symbol so you know and are informed when I place a new video on my channel. Thank you all for watching. I love all of my awesome viewers, and I'll see you in my next video.